everyone, Karen here, and today I'm going to be making a tag using this Game Console die set from Globyland. Now I'm going to be using the game controller pieces here. And this is the same one that I used the other day with the Game Boy, and there's also a switch. Yeah, this is a really great set. Now I will say that this die at the widest point is 5 inches. So it's even big enough to make a smaller card. It's really nice. So let's go over the pieces that we're going to need here. Now I have cut out already one of this bigger piece here in black. I've cut out 2 of this smaller outline. This is going to be the console color, and this is going to be the inside. So I'm going to fold it over and kind of make it look like a card. Of the biggest circle that's in the set, because there is a smaller one that went with the Game Boy, I need the biggest circle and the biggest cross. One of each of those. And to make that button, to make the button for the other side, I need another of the largest circle, and then 4 of this die. Now this die is larger than the other one that is a set of 4. So this is the largest circles. Then for the 2 buttons that are below, there's a die that has 2 large circles that are together, and that is going to be 1 on each side. And then I have 2 more of the largest circles that are going to go on here to make the buttons. This plain rectangle here cuts this out, and that's just the screen in the middle of the controller, so I just did that in light gray. And then this die here, that is like where the start button is on the controllers, and I know all controllers are a little bit different, so I'm going to use these 2 here, and I cut those out in black also. Now that is all the pieces. Now let's get started here. I have one more piece to cut out. So I want to make this a fold over tag that looks more like a mini card. So I'm going to take the biggest die, and I'm going to put it on this piece of black that I have folded over. And I'm going to hang off the very top just a little bit. And I'm going to tape this down. Let's see, how much do I want? About that much, I think. Now I'm going to flip this over so I can check it to see where my cut line is. So see, there's the cut line, and it's hanging over just a little bit. I can even lower this just a little bit more, like that. I think I'm going to leave that there. Put another piece of tape on it, make sure it stays in one place. Check it one more time, because see, that did slide. Alright, I'm going to put another piece of tape on here. There we go. Make sure this stays put. I reused my tape, and I think I've reused it one too many times. And there we go. So now, with that hanging over, I'm going to run this through my machine. Alright, so now when I take this off, let me take all this tape away. So now I have a card that opens up. But it does cut off the top just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on top, and that way I have the nice rounded edge that is in the die. So I'm going to take my glue, and we'll glue this on. And we'll match this up at the bottom. Use my fingers, make sure we're all nice and straight here. Here we go. So now I have a card that is the full shape on the outside, but opens and closes. Now this technique will work with any large die you have, and even if it's a stamp. You can use the outline die that came with your stamp, do the same thing, hang it off the edge, and then die cut your stamp and put a colored in stamped image on the front. Absolutely. Works with any die you have. Just hang off the edge, and there you go. Alright, so now we have the console part, which will go on here. Make sure I'm gluing the right side down. this goes in the middle, like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this set. All right, so now let's make some of these pieces. Turn this around. So for the first circle here, I need to make that button that goes, up, down, left, right. So I'm just going to glue this on in the center. Just make sure I'm in the middle. There we go. So that will be on one side. Now the button on the other side, I'm going to put 4 dots. Now, the trick here is to get them all lined up. All right, let me turn my tray. And we'll start with one here. And I will put one here. And remember, this is the die that has the 4 circles together. And we'll put this one here. And this one will go here. And let me just scoot that over a little bit. There we go, that looks good. That one will go here. All right, this gray piece is just going to simply go here in the middle. Now we have these circles, which was this die here, and that's the biggest circles that you have 2 together in this set, because this set does have a lot of dies. It's a really nice set. All right, so I'm going to put drop of glue here, drop of glue here. And I think I'm going to use my tweezers here. Nope, I think I'm going to stick to my pickup tool. And put that in the middle. That. And we'll pick this one up. Make sure that's in the middle. That looks better. All right, and one will be down here. One will be over here. And the only other 2 pieces are left are these 2 little pieces here. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing this on. So I'm going to start with the gray piece that goes in the center, and then we'll work our way out from the center. So this will be here in the middle. And I'm going to put these pieces on. Grab my tweezers. A little bit of glue on there. So let me look how this is going to line up. So if I have one here, I'm going to turn this sideways so they can go about here. Because the two of them together are shorter than this gray piece. Put a little glue on the second one. And let me turn it this way so I can see the other one. And we'll put this one about here. There we go. So now let's glue down this side. I'm going to put this up and down, and we'll slide that right there. We will slide this one right here. Now all that's left is this one here, which will go about here. And I will match this one. There. All right, and that is the front all done. That goes together really easily. Look how great that is. Now on the inside, I'm going to open this up. Now first I want to check to see if it's going to fit okay, and it is going to be fine because remember we did take a little bit off the top, but that piece is going to go in there just fine. And I'm not going to write anything on this one. You absolutely could stamp something on here. I'm just going to leave it like to from. And I'll leave it until I go to use it. So this will come here in the middle. There we go. All that's left to do is to put a hole in it so I could attach it to the gift bag. And I'm going to use the bigger of the two holes, and I'm thinking, where do I want to put it? I'm thinking I'm going to put it right here. Right here in the middle of the top. There we go. So now I can just take a string and attach it, and then it's all set to go on to the gift bag. And that looks fabulous. That is a really nice little tag for, you know, a teenager, anybody who likes the game. So I hope you enjoyed this tag. If you did, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, stay crafty.